In this video we will be creating a basic ADF form. We will be navigating through the records. We will create a basic form which shows all the employees details using a bounded task flow. Model project contains entity object, view object and application module. View controller which contains all view controller which contains all bounded and unbounded task flows as well as the fragments and JSF pages. So let's see what is task flow. Task flow is used for navigation and define the application flow. Task flow is responsible for mapping ADF bindings and ADF pages. There are two types of task flow, bounded task flow and unbounded task flow. Bounded task flow very often we are going to use because of lot of features. What is the difference between bounded task flow and unbounded task flow? Bounded task flow single entry point and unbounded task flow multiple entry. Bounded task flow has default activity. I'll show you default activity. This is called this green color. This is the default activity. See here, this is a bounded task flow. Whereas unbounded task flow don't have this default activity. Security in bounded task flow and there is no security in unbounded task flow. Bounded task flow supports 4 types of transaction, whereas unbounded task flow not supporting. Bounded task flow is reusable components we can use, and here unbounded task flow is not reusable. Data control frame in the bounded task flow, and here no such frames. In bounded task flow both page and page fragments are allowed, and unbounded task flow only JSF page is allowed. In bounded task flow parameter passing option is available. In unbounded task flow this is not possible. Bounded task flow is a dynamic task flow, and whereas unbounded task flow is no. From bounded task flow I can able to call the bounded task flow. From unbounded task flow I can able to call the bounded task flow. From unbounded task flow I can also able to call the unbounded task flow. And I will explain you what is the JSF page and JSFF page difference. JSF page is a web page, whereas JSFF page is a part of the page. While developing application, it's clear this definition. JSF you can able to run the page in the browser, whereas for the JSFF pages, page fragment, task flow, then JSF page. JSF page is a one-time design, whereas JSFF page is a reusable thing. Now I'll show you in the JDeveloper. Let's create a application. Close the previous application first. Now file, new application, ADF Fusion web application. Let's give the name as employees application. Next, view controller, next, finish. So here this is the overview. See here how we are designing our application. This is the first plan your application. If it is started, then click on done. Connect to a database. If you connect the database, then click in process or done. Here if it is if you didn't create the connection, then what you have to do, you have to click here, then create a database connection. Here the steps are there. Then build business services means entity object, view object model, how you are creating. Here go to sub steps, then creating entity object, create entity object and association. You can create your application from these steps as well. I'll show you. from this side, application window. In the later videos I will explain you how to create your application using those steps as well. So here model, after creating your application, go to model, new business components from tables, here connection, I am using the previous connection. I want to use the employee tables, so keep this employee in the entity object package. Next, view object, select these employees. Next, this query based also I will explain you in the later videos. So now I am skipping this step. Application module, now click next. Here it is showing what are the things you have created. See, this is the entity object, we don't use the query based view object, and here application module is created, so finish. So I am using this example using a bounded task flow. Okay, so here go to the view controller, new, right click, new, ADF task flow name, file name, I want to give it as employees task flow. Click OK. So here I need the components. This is the view activity. Bring this view activity here. So this name is employees. Now double click this. This is the part of the page. See, employees.jsff. I want this page in the fragment folder. So fragments, click OK. Now see here, this employees view object, drag this view object from the data control to this page and select it as an ADF form. I am taking this as a read only form and row navigation like previous next buttons. If you want to change the label, like while running the page, first name as first space name, here there is no space, I want to give appear this page labels as first name. Okay, Here there is which field you want first, it is appearing. Okay, keep it as a default, as otherwise we can change these labels. We can change these labels. First click on OK. Employee entity object, here attributes, UI hints, label. We can change from labels names from here as well. Like first name I want to be like this. Last name I want the label to be last space name. So now we design our page. We created one bounded task flow. Then we took the activity, double click it, it will give you the JSFF page, and then this bounded task flow is ready. Now I want to create a page, because we cannot run these JSFF pages directly in the browser. So we need to create a page, new, view controller, right click, new page. I want to give name as employees, and I want this in the page folder. Click OK. See here, this is the fragment. Under fragment folder we created our employees.jsff file, and our page folder we have created employees.jsf file, and task flow, yeah, web inf folder, there is our task flow, employees task flow is here. So what we have to do is, in this JSF page, usually design area is taking too much time. So what we have to do, click on the source, then click on the design. Sometimes it happens like this. So now what you have to do in this JSF page, bring this task flow. No, in the yes, in the JSF page, we are in the JSF. Bring this task flow here and create it as a region. It came. Now save all. Now we can run the page and see. Here is our page in the page flow. This employees.jsf, right click, run. It will take a minute. As you can see here, this ADF form is appearing here. As if you want to see the next record, click on next. If you want first record, click on first. If you want the last record, click on last. So here first name is here the label is appearing. In the next, last name, something happened. Okay, here last name by default it disappears from the page. So what I will do, I will right click, delete. Once again I will bring this page from the data control, ADF form, read only form, and row navigation. Now first name and last name is appears here. So save, run the page again. Now last name appears, first name as well. So next record. If you want the last record, if you want the previous record. So this is the simple form we have created using the bounded task flow. I hope this information is helpful for you. So if you like this video, click on the like button and do subscribe my channel as well.